Ada sat in her lavish bedroom, the glow of the city lights from Victoria Island flickering through her window. Armed with a sleek, leather-bound journal, she titled the first page boldly, "The Lagos List, How to Become the Richest Girl in School." Her pen moved swiftly, outlining goals, ace all business competitions, launch a profitable online store, and network with the wealthiest families. For Ada, success was measurable, tangible, and within reach until John entered her life. John's first day at the elite Lagos International Academy was anything but ordinary. His scholarship was a rare feat, reserved for the brightest minds. Unlike Ada, he didn't wear designer brands or arrive in chauffeur-driven cars. His warm backpack and humble demeanor drew whispers, but none of that fazed him. When their eyes met in economics class, Ada saw not a rival, but an anomaly, someone seemingly indifferent to the wealth and status she craved. Assigned as partners for a business project, Ada and John couldn't be more different. Ada's ideas were grand, flashy, and profit-driven. John's were grounded, sustainable, and people-focused. Their debates were fiery, each defending their perspective with passion. Yet, amidst the clashes, an unspoken respect began to form, a spark hidden beneath layers of ambition and pride. Ada's list grew shorter as she ticked off accomplishments, a successful school fundraiser, an internship with a top CEO. Yet, with each triumph, a strange emptiness crept in. John's laughter during simple moments, like sharing puff-puff at the school canteen, lingered in her mind longer than the applause from her latest achievement. During a school trip to Mokoko, Ada witnessed John's passion for community projects. His joy wasn't tied to money but to making a difference. For the first time, Ada questioned her list. Was wealth the ultimate goal, or had she been chasing the wrong kind of success all along? One afternoon, Ada found herself sitting beside John under a large almond tree on campus. Their conversation started with project details but drifted to personal dreams. John spoke of creating educational opportunities for underprivileged kids, while Ada hesitated, unsure of what truly inspired her beyond wealth. That conversation lingered in her thoughts, unraveling questions she'd never dared to ask herself. John invited Ada to a weekend community event he organized in Ajigona. Skeptical yet curious, she agreed. The bustling streets, vibrant faces, and genuine warmth she encountered were unlike the sterile environments of her affluent circles. Watching John engage effortlessly with the children, Ada felt something unfamiliar, admiration untainted by status. Returning home, Ada stared at her list, now feeling more like a burden than a roadmap. The unchecked boxes mocked her, as did the realization that her heart had experienced more fulfillment in Ajigona than in any of her high-profile achievements. She felt the first cracks forming in the carefully constructed armor of her ambitions. A prestigious entrepreneurship competition was announced, and both Ada and John entered, reigniting their competitive spirit. Ada reverted to her old ways, focusing on flashy presentations and profit margins, while John's projects centered on social impact. Their rivalry grew tense, but beneath it simmered an undeniable connection neither could ignore. On the eve of the competition, Ada's presentation materials went missing. Frustrated and panicked, she was surprised when John offered to help. Working late into the night, their collaboration blurred the lines between rivalry and friendship. As they laughed over spilled coffee and shared vulnerabilities, Ada realized her definition of success was shifting, fueled not by wealth, but by meaningful connections. The day of the competition arrived, and tension buzzed in the air. Ada's presentation dazzled with its sleek design and ambitious projections. John's, however, touched hearts with stories of real people his ideas could help. As the judges deliberated, Ada felt an unexpected surge of pride, not just for herself, but for John's authenticity. When John was announced as the winner, Ada clapped the loudest. The sting of loss was there, but so was a strange sense of relief. For once, success wasn't measured by a trophy but by growth. Ada realized that John's win didn't diminish her worth, instead, it highlighted a new chapter in her journey. Back in her room, Ada stared at her journal. The pages felt foreign, filled with goals that no longer defined her. She tore out the list and started anew, not with titles of wealth but with aspirations rooted in passion, purpose, and connection. It was still the Lagos list, but this time, it was authentic. Inspired by John's project, Ada proposed they start a joint initiative, combining her business acumen with his community-driven ideas. Hesitant yet intrigued, John agreed. Their venture aimed to create sustainable businesses that empowered local communities, blending profit with purpose. Working together wasn't always smooth. Ada's fast-paced, results-driven approach clashed with John's patient, people-first mentality. Their arguments were fiery, but beneath the frustration was a foundation of respect and growing affection. One evening, after a heated debate, they sat in silence by the lagoon, watching the sunset paint the sky. John spoke softly about his late mother's dreams, and Ada shared her fears of never being enough. That vulnerability bridged a gap, deepening their bond beyond business. Their initiative's first project, a vocational training program, was a resounding success. The joy on the faces of the beneficiaries was unlike any applause Ada had ever received. It was a different kind of victory, one that filled her heart more than her bank account. As they celebrated their success, Ada found herself drawn to John in ways she hadn't expected. Their laughter lingered longer, their glances held deeper meaning. But fear of complicating their partnership kept their feelings unspoken, simmering beneath the surface. A financial setback threatened their venture. Investors pulled out, and tensions rose. Ada's instinct was to fight harder, push more, but John suggested stepping back, reassessing. Their differing approaches led to their biggest argument yet, shaking the foundation of both their business and friendship. For weeks, they barely spoke, each immersed in their own struggles. Ada realized how much she missed John, not just his ideas, but his presence. The distance made her confront the truth she'd been avoiding. Her feelings went beyond friendship. A chance encounter at a mutual friend's event brought Ada and John face to face again. The awkward tension dissolved as they reminisced about old projects. Their shared laughter felt like coming home, rekindling not just their friendship but the emotional bond they both missed. Caught in an unexpected downpour after the event, they sought shelter under a small kiosk. Drenched and shivering, Ada blurted out her feelings. John's surprised silence was followed by a heartfelt confession of his own. The rain became their witness as they shared their first kiss, sealing emotions long kept hidden. Their relationship shifted, blending romance with business. Balancing love and work brought new challenges: jealousy over other partnerships, disagreements over decisions. Yet, their foundation of friendship helped them navigate the complexities, learning to communicate beyond assumptions. An opportunity to present their venture to international investors arose. The pressure was immense, testing their resilience. Ada's strategic prowess and John's heartfelt storytelling created a compelling pitch. Their dynamic showcased not just their business but the love woven into their work. Securing the investment felt surreal, but it wasn't the money that mattered most. It was the realization that success wasn't about wealth or status, it was about impact, growth, and the people who mattered. Ada looked at John, knowing her list had led her to more than riches, it had led her to fulfillment. The celebration of their new investment was lavish yet heartfelt. Surrounded by friends and supporters, Ada and John reflected on how far they'd come. As they danced under the warm Lagos night sky, Ada realized that the joy she felt wasn't from success alone, it was from sharing it with John. Their relationship blossomed amidst the laughter and music, creating memories richer than any luxury. With success came scrutiny. Gossip about their relationship circulated within business circles, questioning Ada's professionalism and John's intentions. Ada struggled to ignore the whispers, but doubts crept in. Their once seamless partnership showed cracks, strained by external pressures. Late-night arguments replaced easy laughter, and the list in Ada's journal grew dusty, forgotten amidst emotional turmoil. A major disagreement over the direction of their company escalated beyond business. Words were exchanged that couldn't be taken back, and for the first time, they questioned if their relationship could survive. Ada walked away from their office, heart heavy, unsure if they could find their way back to each other. The distance felt like failure, not of the venture, but of the connection they cherished. Alone with her thoughts, Ada revisited the Lagos list, now a symbol of her journey. She realized that she'd been defining success through achievements and relationships without truly knowing herself. Taking time away from John and the business, she traveled to quiet places, meeting people whose lives weren't measured by wealth but by purpose. Through their stories, Ada discovered her own, a narrative not tied to lists or accolades but to authenticity. John, too, grappled with the silence. He drafted letters to Ada, pouring out feelings he couldn't articulate face to face. In those words, he acknowledged his fears, his pride, and the undeniable truth: he missed her, not just as a partner but as the heart of his life. Though the letters remained unsent, writing them helped him understand that love wasn't about perfection, it was about growth, acceptance, and resilience. After months apart, Ada returned to Lagos, standing at the crossroads of her personal and professional life. She wasn't the same girl who once clung to lists and ambitions. She sought closure, not just with John but within herself. Walking into their old office, memories flooded her, each argument, each shared laugh. There, she found John, surprisingly calm, as if he'd been waiting. Their conversation wasn't dramatic. No raised voices, no tears. Just honesty. Ada spoke of her journey, her fears, and what she had learned. John listened, then shared his own reflections. They realized that while love had brought them together, it was growth that would sustain them. They agreed to rebuild, not just their business, but their relationship, on new terms rooted in understanding and respect. Together, they rebranded their venture, focusing more on community impact than profits. The process was cathartic, allowing them to merge their dreams without losing their individuality. Their love grew stronger, not because it was flawless, but because it was real, tested by trials, shaped by lessons, and nurtured by acceptance. Years later, standing before a new generation of aspiring entrepreneurs, Ada shared her story, not of wealth or success, but of a journey defined by growth, love, and purpose. The Lagos list had started as a roadmap to riches but had become a testament to life's most valuable lessons. Looking at John in the audience, Ada knew they had created something far greater than a business. They had built a legacy. Returning to Ajiganá for an anniversary event of their first community project, Ada was overwhelmed by how much had changed, and how much remained the same. The streets buzzed with life, but the warmth of the people was familiar. As she and John walked hand in hand, children ran up to them, calling their names. The joy in their eyes reminded Ada of why they started this journey, not for recognition, but to make a difference. At the event, Ada reconnected with former classmates who had pursued different paths. Some had chased wealth, others simplicity. Their conversations revealed that success had many definitions. Ada no longer felt the need to compare herself. She realized that her journey was uniquely hers, shaped by the people she'd met, the love she'd found, and the lessons learned along the way. An international organization approached them with an offer to expand their model across Africa. It was a dream opportunity, but it came with risks, long travels, time apart, and new challenges. Ada and John debated, weighing personal desires against professional growth. In the end, they chose to embrace the adventure, knowing their bond was strong enough to withstand the distance. Managing a long-distance relationship tested them in new ways. Late-night calls, missed anniversaries, and time zone differences created gaps. Yet, through letters, voice notes, and surprise visits, they nurtured their love. The distance taught them to value the small moments, proving that love isn't about constant presence but consistent effort. During a visit to Cape Town, under a sky lit with stars, John proposed. It wasn't extravagant, just heartfelt words, a simple ring, and genuine emotion. Ada said yes without hesitation, her heart full of gratitude for the journey that had brought them there. Their love story wasn't perfect, but it was theirs, authentic, resilient, and deeply rooted. Their wedding was a blend of tradition and modernity, celebrated with friends, family, and the communities they touched. It wasn't just a union of two people but of values, dreams, and histories. As they exchanged vows, Ada thought of the Lagos list, a journey that began with ambition but led her to the greatest treasure of all, a life filled with love. Ada and John's honeymoon wasn't a lavish affair. They chose a serene beach town along Nigeria's coastline, away from the bustling city. Amidst golden sunsets and ocean whispers, they reflected on their journey. Ada found herself scribbling in a new journal, not a list, but heartfelt reflections. They talked about future dreams, not in terms of business expansions but family, personal growth, and lifelong learning. Returning to Lagos felt like stepping into a whirlwind. The company had grown in their absence, with both successes and challenges awaiting them. Ada struggled to balance her new role as a wife with the demands of leadership. John noticed her exhaustion and suggested a restructuring, allowing them more personal time. It was a reminder that success meant nothing if it came at the cost of their well-being. Inspired by their travels, Ada proposed a new project, an education initiative for underprivileged communities. It wasn't about profits but creating lasting change. John was skeptical at first, worried about resources, but Ada's passion was infectious. They poured their hearts into the project, visiting rural schools, listening to students' dreams, and learning that sometimes the greatest impact comes from the smallest acts. The education project faced hurdles, funding issues, bureaucratic delays, and personal doubts. Ada felt overwhelmed, questioning if they'd taken on too much. But each challenge taught resilience. When the first school finally opened, the joy in the children's eyes made every struggle worthwhile. It wasn't just a project, it was a testament to hope, perseverance, and the belief that one's legacy is measured by lives touched, not wealth amassed. News of Ada's pregnancy brought unexpected emotions. Joy mixed with fear of the unknown, of balancing motherhood and career, of changing dynamics. John's unwavering support eased her worries. They navigated the pregnancy together, learning that love grows not just in grand gestures but in shared responsibilities, quiet conversations, and mutual respect. The birth of their daughter, Kayameka, redefined everything. Holding her for the first time, Ada felt a love so profound it eclipsed all her previous achievements. Their home filled with baby giggles, sleepless nights, and tender moments that no success list could capture. Ada realized that true fulfillment wasn't about ticking boxes but embracing life's beautiful chaos. Parenthood came with unexpected lessons. Ada struggled with the guilt of leaving Kayameka for work trips, while John navigated the challenges of being a hands-on father. They learned to lean on each other, embracing imperfections. Their love deepened not despite the chaos but because of it, growing stronger with every diaper change, bedtime story, and shared milestone. Balancing business growth and family life was an art they continuously refined. Ada restructured her work schedule, prioritizing meaningful projects over relentless expansion. John found joy in simpler things, morning routines, family picnics, and teaching Kayameka to ride a bike. Their home became a sanctuary, a place where love wasn't just spoken but lived daily. On her 40th birthday, Ada revisited the Lagos list, tucked away in an old drawer. Reading it brought smiles and tears. She saw not just goals but memories, each item marked with stories of growth, love, and transformation. The list had started as a pursuit of success but had evolved into a narrative of self-discovery. Ada realized she had outgrown the list because she had become the person she once aspired to be. Determined to give back, Ada and John launched a mentorship program for young entrepreneurs. They shared not just business strategies but life lessons about failure, resilience, love, and the importance of staying true to oneself. Their men thrived, inspired not just by their success but by their authenticity. Ada found fulfillment not in accolades but in witnessing others grow. Life's unpredictability struck when John faced a health scare. The fear of losing him was paralyzing, a stark reminder of life's fragility. Ada paused everything, prioritizing his recovery. In the quiet hospital rooms, amidst shared fears and whispered hopes, they rediscovered the essence of their love, unconditional, enduring, and profoundly simple. John's recovery was slow but steady. The experience changed them, deepening their appreciation for life's fleeting moments. They embraced a slower pace, savoring sunsets, family dinners, and spontaneous laughter. Ada learned that healing wasn't just physical but emotional, letting go of past regrets, embracing the present, and nurturing hope for the future. Kayameka grew into a curious, compassionate young woman, embodying the values her parents cherished. Watching her navigate life with confidence and kindness filled Ada and John with pride. They supported her dreams, whether they aligned with theirs or not, understanding that true love means letting go, allowing others to find their own paths. Chapter 54, The Farewell Letter. As Ada aged, she penned a letter to Kayameka, a legacy not of wealth but of wisdom. She wrote about the Lagos list, the lessons learned, the love shared, and the importance of living authentically. The letter wasn't just for Kayameka but for anyone seeking purpose beyond achievements. It was a tribute to a life well lived, rich not in material wealth but in meaningful connections. John's passing was gentle, surrounded by family, love, and peace. Ada grieved deeply but found solace in memories, their first meeting, shared dreams, and countless moments of joy. She realized that grief was love persevering, a testament to a bond that transcended time. Even in loss, their love story continued, etched in hearts and memories. Ada's twilight years were filled with reflection. She spoke at events, sharing her journey not as a tale of success but as a story of love, growth, and resilience. She visited the communities they'd impacted, witnessing the ripple effect of their efforts. Her life was a mosaic of experiences, each piece a testament to the power of purpose-driven living. When Ada passed, Kayameka found her journals, the Lagos list and beyond. Reading them, she felt her mother's presence, guiding her. Inspired, Kayameka continued her parents' work, infusing it with her own passions. The legacy wasn't just in projects or businesses but in the values passed down through generations. Years later, Kayameka shared the Lagos list with the world, publishing it as a memoir. It resonated globally, inspiring countless lives. People saw themselves in Ada's journey, her dreams, struggles, and triumphs. The list, once a personal roadmap, became a universal symbol of growth, love, and the pursuit of a meaningful life. Standing at a community center named after her parents, Kayameka felt profound gratitude. She saw children laughing, dreams blossoming, and lives transformed. It was full circle, not an end but a continuation. The seeds Ada and John planted had grown into a forest of hope, resilience, and love. In the end, the Lagos list wasn't about wealth or achievements. It was about the journey, the people met, lessons learned, and love shared. Ada's story taught that success isn't measured by what we accumulate but by the lives we touch. Her legacy lived on, not just in projects or titles but in hearts forever changed by her story. The end. Hello, story lovers. If you enjoy captivating African stories, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more amazing stories. Like the videos to show your support. Comment and share your thoughts, I love hearing from you. Let's keep the art of African storytelling alive. Hit that subscribe button now.